I played for Man Utd. Now I'm worried about losing BBC job after controversial comments. A former Manchester United player is worried about losing his BBC punditry role after landing himself in hot water with some controversial comments. Michael Stewart made 7 senior appearances for the Red Devils before leaving the club in 2005. He went on to play for the likes of Hearts, Nottingham Forest, and Charlton Athletic before hanging up his boots in 2011. The ex-midfielder has since ventured into punditry, making a name for himself with his no-holds-barred style of analys.
Looking for a premium phone without the premium price? This renewed, unlocked iPhone 14 offers 128 gigabytes of storage, a sharp 6.1-inch display, and 5G capability for around $299. Want to get the best verified deal and see full details? Visit grabdeal.us/6 right now.
He has appeared on BBC Radio Scotland, but it hasn't been completely smooth sailing, with the 45-year-old landing himself in Traub with the Scottish Football Association, SFA. Stewart was hit with a sanction after he implied there was a cover-up when he accused VAR of publishing 2 photographs of an offside incident with 2 different lines during St Mirren's encounter with Hibernian. He was additionally disciplined for describing the SFA's head of refereeing as Willie Cullum. These episodes led to the SFA barring him from Hampden Park, forcing him to present the Scottish Cup semi-final from inside a Premier Sports production vehicle stationed outside. He was likewise banned from reporting on Scotland's World Cup farewell friendly against Curacao at Hampden. Circumstances don't appear to have progressed, as he was excluded from attending a media session delivered by Cullum on some rule modifications. Speaking to The Times, Stewart confessed to being worried about potential losing his media roles should broadcasters conclude that his recent track record does not justify the risk of employing him. When questioned on whether this weighed on his mind, he replied, "Of course you do think that, constantly. At the Scottish Cup semi-finals, Premier were openly supportive of me. But of course that is part of it, and I am sure that is part of the thought process from the SFA as well. That is the argument you have inside your head all the time about certain things. A lot of the time people are not comfortable being openly critical, but it does create a lot of stress personally, and that is extended to people around me. For people you are working with at Premier or the BBC, there are elements of stress for them as well, having to deal with a situation which shouldn't really be a situation. And family, mostly, is where the stress comes in. But I'm not the first, and I won't be the last in any walk of life. It is the world we are living in where a lot of the time organizations and authorities do tend to throw their weight about. It's not beneficial for me, it's not beneficial for the authorities, it doesn't really benefit anybody to have this sort of impasse and loggerheads. Even when it first happened, I had contact from people that are connected within saying, let's try and organize a meeting. And I was like, absolutely. That's what we're trying to do. And I think that that's what it's sort of moving towards. I'm not wanting to get into a war of words, but equally people need to be able to meet and discuss. I want to be clear that I can't say, okay then, I'm not going to criticize, or I'm not going to do this or that. Stewart also expressed a willingness to apologize for certain remarks, particularly his "we Cullum" quip, despite admitting he didn't see the problem with it at the time. Our community members are treated to special offers, promotions, and adverts from us and our partners.